Alright, welcome guys. This is how to build rustic barn doors for inside the house as part of the Amateur Woodworking series. And basically, I have no experience in woodworking, hence same Amateur Woodworking. I pretty much figured all this out by looking at a bunch of YouTube videos, which will be in the description. And yeah, that's about it. So let's get started. So, to start with, you're going to want to get 4 or 5 boards, depending on the width you're going to want. Alright, and then come down to the length of the door that you want. Alright, remember, measure twice, cut once, you know what I'm saying? For this door, I want it to be 90 inches. So obviously these are cut to 90 inches. One thing that I realized is whenever you make any of these cuts, it's always good to grab a sanding block and just like sand the corners a little bit, because some wood is flaking up on that while we were doing it. Alright? Next thing we did was we cut these side pieces that are going on the side. Alright? You can see it on the finished door. We cut those to 90 inches. Alright, and then we cut after that 3 of these pieces, which are going to go on the ends, and then also in the middle. And this one we just pretty much cut to the length of these 4 pieces minus the length of these 2. And that should get you the perfect fit. Alright, so always measure. Because I did just off the measurements that said on the board when we bought them. And it didn't work at first. Because you actually have to measure them. Because these boards are not the actual width that says when you buy them. Which is stupid, I know. Alright, so this is how the door is going to go together. Alright, pretty much, we're going to have this piece right here. Alright, that guy right there. Now before you screw it in, it would be smart if you sanded everything down just lightly. After you screw it in, you can sand it again. You can never sand too much, you know, in my opinion. I might be wrong. If you're an actual woodworker and you think I'm an idiot, leave a comment and call me an idiot. But tell me why I'm an idiot so I can learn. Also, so other people could learn from my stupidity. Boom, you got that one in there. I like using the more rustic pieces in the middle, because that's kind of the focus point of the door, as they would say. Alright, so a little bit more rustic in the middle. That's where the handle's going to be. And I also like a little bit more rustic at the top, that's why I have these knots up here. When you go to the store, I bought all this wood from Menards. You can pretty much check all the wood and find rustic pieces. Alright, so pretty much when you're picking out wood, you got select, quality, and standard, and they vary in price and quality. Pretty much quality is good enough for anything in my opinion. And also when you're picking out the wood, you want to check it and make sure that looks nice, because the wood's going to be different. When you're doing the door, you could do something like this, which is kind of like a decoration for it. And to do that, you pretty much just line it up where you'd like it. Get a straight edge on there. Mark off the line. It's going to be the cut you're going to have to make. Right there. And do it on the other side too. This is how I do it. There's probably a better way to do it, but like the video says, I am an amateur, so I don't know the best ways. That's just the ways I've found for me get it done. Boom. Never even had a wood shop class. And also, I'm also using the same piece of wood, so I'm gonna make another. I'm going to do another one over here. Now you kind of see how I did that. Just kind of line it up. Line up. And this is just a design I chose. You can pretty much do whatever you want. Doesn't really matter. Pull it just so I get a little bit more leeway. Boom. 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 Perfect. Got all this wood. Pro tip, keep your workspace clean and you'll have a better day. Alright, so this side came out great. This side, not so great. So instead of recutting it, we're just gonna use a sander. Ugh. Just need a little bit more. This is also where rougher grit comes in handy. You gotta take a lot off. Boom. Also, in doing things like that, eye protection is always good. Perfect. Not half bad. Alright, time for the next cut. Some people say measure twice, cut once. I say measure once, cut a bunch of times. Cutting wood is fun. Also, if I'm doing anything wrong, post in the comments so I save my fingers in future videos. Boom, bang. Okay, so it's not bad. That's good. The reason I'm not using the sander on this one is because it's not just one area that needs a little bit more off. It is the whole thing straight across. It needs just like a tiny little millimeter off. Boom, bang. Perfect. So this is going to be rustic. I kind of don't really have a pattern for where I screw. Just kind of screw, you know what I'm saying? Although This one sounds like an easy one, but I know there's some people who make this mistake. You don't want to screw over right where the line is. I'm pretty sure. That might, I don't know. That's just what I think. I think you probably don't want to do that. I think that's probably a bad choice. But I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know. If I'm wrong about anything I say, actually, let me know. Because, again, I'm not professional. This is like going to a lifeguard and asking for medical advice. I mean, like, if you're choking, go to lifeguard. But, like, if you're having diarrhea, don't go to a lifeguard and be like, hey, yo, what's going on, bro? Oops. I mean, if your lifeguard, like, moonlights a doctor, I'd probably do that. But other than that, the reason I'm pulling it out is because I don't want to go through, because these doors, the back will be visible. So a question you might be asking is, why am I screwing in these things without doing the next door? Because I could have used these as a template for the other door. And the answer to that question is, I forgot. But it's alright. Shouldn't be much of a problem. Just do the same method again for the other door. Also, another thing that's good about this is that, or another thing to note about this is that it holds the planks a little more steady, so the door just feels more sturdy. Bada boom, bada bang. Now, in some videos that I've seen on how to make doors like this, they use wood glue in between all the pieces of wood. I did that for the first door I made, but then I did not do it for this door, simply because the wood glue kind of got messy, and when I was sanding down and staining, if I forgot to sand off any wood glue, which was rare, but it would pile up in like the joint, so I couldn't really get a sander in there. It didn't stain as well, which wasn't bad because I was doing a really rustic door. But these ones I want to look a lot nicer because I'm making them for someone besides myself. So that's another pro tip. Alright, so that's how you make the doors. Subscribe, and in the next video we're going to go over sanding them and staining them. Thanks for watching.